I'm a part of an organization called 361 Degree Minds, and we are trying to build we're attempting to build a futuristic higher education infrastructure that has got a lot of elements in it. And I'm here going to cover some of the very elemental things that we're doing. I don't know what the macro design is, but we're all building blocks. Hopefully all of them will connect and we will have a very robust higher education structure and a technology platform. That's what we're trying to build. But before I step into the future, I want to look at the past a little bit. I want to go back 2,500 years and maybe the time when the river valley civilizations were there, be it in parts of India, parts of China, parts of Greece, parts of Mesopotamia. That's where some sort of a schooling started. When the aspirations of the humans were going up all the time and no longer father could pass all the knowledge to their children, we needed experts. So the priest in the temple, the scribe in the court, the local artist, the local warriors, they stood up and said, hey, I have something to offer, and people went there and started learning. That was early schooling. I could call that unstructured institutions. And that kind of stood the test of time for about 2,000 years. If you look at the last 250, 300 odd years, where the world order changed to America and Europe, where industrialization started, roads happened, transport happened, printing happened. So the curricular kind of began to take place, institutions began to take place. So we had mass schools and colleges where people went up, they were grounded from occupation, they would study. So this is the phase of the structured institutions. So in other words, if I reflect on what Satya was talking this morning, maybe the East and the West. Going forward, I see a combination of both, which means we had gone through unstructured institutions, structured institutions. We are going to go through what is called destructured institutions. And I'm talking with respect to higher education. When I say destructured institution, if I were to explain to you how the pie will change, let us say today the higher education pie is contributed by university 90% and individuals and organizations 10%. Maybe 10, 20 years from now, the university portion will be just about 40%. 60% will come from organizations, research institutions, individuals. They're going to contribute to the higher educational system. So it's going to become quite like this diagram over here, you see. It's like technology is going to allow a lot of players to come together and offer modular higher education. And most importantly, I also see a future where people are not grounded for higher education. They're working and then they're learning. They're working and then learning. And we're getting to see early symptoms of it. And I'm also seeing a future where organizations would not care whether you have this certification. They will have their own test. For example, right now, one of the top 3 auditing firms in the UK and in the Europe openly say that I don't need you to have a graduation certification, just clear my competency examination. So going forward, I see a future where technology is putting together organizations, research institutions, people, universities, offering modular education in a very powerful technology framework where students are not grounded. Maybe they're grounded for a couple of years, but there is continuing education, that's all. We in our company call this the destructured institution. Now what we are attempting to do is we are attempting to build, there are going to be hundreds of building blocks that is going to be required to construct this ecosystem called destructured institutions. We've built a few. We're in the pipeline of building a few more, and we are in touch with the organizations all across the world which are building. So I'm going to share here some micro elements which we think can be a part of this futuristic higher education system that we are talking about. And again, I'm consciously using the word elements and micro because these are not massive things that I'm talking about. These are small things, but it's going to be very, very important. So whatever I'm going to share have been built or is being built. So this is a true story of what we're doing, or what our team is doing. The first is I see interesting alliances getting forged for higher education. Right now, in addition to the universities, I have Asia's largest eye care hospital offering ophthalmology education through us. A hospital offering ophthalmology education. Currently, there is a Uber star, a man who's been learning from 25, 30 generations. There is an art called the Varma color. You heard of Varma color? How many of you heard of Varma color? Okay. So have you seen this movie Hindustani, the Kamal Hassan movie, in which he comes and kills the person with 2 fingers? That crudely is Varma color. So this is a man whose 20 generations he's learned Varma color, and he's currently in university by himself. So he doesn't have a university, he doesn't have blocks, but he's so much full of knowledge, he's going to give his knowledge and he's going to come on the platform. We are having artists, sports people. So increasingly the alliance is now going to be with universities, it's going to be with research organizations, even companies. For example, we have certain alliance with Career Launcher. Career Launcher is not a university, they're a test prep company. But with their alliance, there are interesting higher education derivatives that can be formed. It could be the investment advisory firm, Imran. I could collaborate with you and run a cutting edge derivative course, which I am Ahmedabad would find it difficult. So alliances are going to be with interesting people, individuals, organizations, and we have done half a dozen of them already.